The next few months could be very interesting for the cryptocurrency markets. Got some good stuff to share with you guys today. Some good charts. Some good hopium straight for the veins. But I got to dent the point, so it's going to be a short one today. Okay? We better get straight into it. Welcome, everybody, to the chat. We got stuff. We got to go. We'll be trying to answer as many questions as we can second half of the stream. We got to go. Let's go. So, first and foremost, check this out, baby. When the IWM, that's the iShares Russell 2000 ETF, by the way, thanks to the great Matsby here for sharing this one. Anyway, when it breaks out, historical data shows the next bear market typically doesn't start for at least a year, with the longest delay being nearly 1,400 effing days, which is about 4 years, just approximately, okay? Very interesting. Considering this, the IWM hasn't even hit all-time highs yet. This suggests the current bear market has significant staying power and could run for well over a year. Now that is some hopium, baby. Let's go. And of course, the charts. Look at the charts. What happens every time the Russell 2000 breaks out? It goes on a very extended run. I don't make the rules. I'm just sharing the charts, guys, okay? That is very interesting. Now, I know what you're thinking. Lark, what the heck does the Russell's iShares 2000 ETF have to do with the price of my tokens, man? Look, we are more and more wedded to the stock market due to ETFs, digital asset, treasury companies, everything else going on, okay? This, if it plays out as we think it could, is a very good signal because it means that we have a lot of fuel left in the tank, man. Holy cow. Baby genius, what's up, man? And then worried about the amount of bonds being bought? Yes. Yes, we should do a whole video on the bond situation. Of course, the Treasury's buying up shit tons of bonds right now. It's kind of QE, but not QE. Anyway, are you still running your Twitter page? Yes, I am. I am indeed. With the main one for Lark Davis. We have the Wealth Mastery Twitter page. We don't do very much with it anymore. Anyway, continuing. Ash Crypto, U.S. unemployment numbers surpassed job openings for the first time in 4.5 years. It shows the labor market is too weak. September rate cut confirmed. Prediction markets seem to agree with that. Prediction markets currently showing 97.6% chance of a Fed rate cut. Let's go. Let's go. Fantastic. Of course, rate cuts, you know, a 0.25% rate cut, it's not going to really shift the balance of things very much, is it? We really need much more substantial rate cuts for the housing markets and stuff to unthaw and the jobs markets to pick back up. But it'll be a start. If Jerome Powell goes nuclear and goes 50 basis points, oh boy, watch out. Anyway, rate cuts are coming. It'll add even more fuel to already hot markets. Milk Road sharing this. The worst year for the dollar index in nearly 40 news. Good news is when the dollar tumbles, risk assets thrive, as we've been seeing. Conks, everyone's saying markets are going down in September, so you're bullish, but everyone is noticing that everyone is saying markets are going down in September, so they're bullish, and thus you're bearish. 4D chess, baby, let's go. Bears have told people to sell because of seasonality for literally 5 months in a row, nearly half a year. Haven't seen anything like this in my entire life. Just stay invested. Stay in the market. This is a very interesting one from Tefra Digital. If Bitcoin's lagged M2 and lagged gold correlations hold, the rest of the year could be very interesting. Charts below pointing to 167 to 185K by the end of the year. Q4 could be a very exciting time for the cryptocurrency markets. Now, look, these correlations are not like perfect, every tiny little move. No, of course not. The main trend here, global M2 is going up. Bitcoin usually follows the rising tide of liquidity. Bitcoin often follows behind gold. The correlation is not perfect, but the trend is, the momentum is, okay? Lark, are you bullish or bearish for crypto in September? I'd say generally bullish. I think especially with the Fed rate cut coming, it could be a nice bit of wind in the sails. Nothing ever goes up in a straight line, but I don't think there's any reason to be extremely bearish or anything. Yeah, there's market corrections. We've been going through that recently. Everything's still, most things, not everything. A lot of things are still in downtrends. We'll talk about the charts here in a second. But anyway, there you go. There you go, guys. If we follow that correlation, things are going to go way effing higher. Now, Bitcoin today got rejected at the place where we said Bitcoin would probably get rejected yesterday. Surprise, surprise. We came up to the $112,000 level, to the 20-day EMA, rejected, underside, retest. Downtrend remains in effect for Bitcoin until otherwise posted, okay? Bitcoin. Now, we did have this breakout from this sharper downtrend here. Let's see how price reacts over the next day or two. If you see it back down to 107, that has been an area of price interest for the market here on Bitcoin. The 20-day EMA remains the key level right now. Why? Because it's $112,000, which was support, resistance, previous all-time high. Now, currently, that's where the 20-day EMA is. Take out the 20-day EMA, you also take out an important level of price resistance. We could be off to the races again. But we got rejected there yesterday. Let's see how things continue to play out. Currently got a Pengu long open over here on BitUnix. We'll discuss the Pengu charts here momentarily. Currently sitting at a little bit of a loss. Unrealized, of course. Let's see how it plays out. Solana long is still just chilling there. Guys, want to join me trading over on BitUnix, of course, there is a link down below. Okay, go check it out. Right down here. When you use that link, of course, no KYC, no VPN, no BS, all the usual stuff, the usual good stuff about BitUnix that we love. You can short the rips and long the dips, baby. And VIP level 3 has 30% fee discount. You get $400 cash back bonuses. Deposit $2,000 or more, you get $400 cash money back in your account, which is just crazy, man. Crazy trading bonuses here as well, as you can see. Plus, we're giving away $1,000 every live stream for the whole month of September. Thanks to the guys over at BitUnix. We're going to give away some money right now. Okay. So we have currently, we gave away $500 to 2 different people yesterday, if you guys were here for that. And we have another 47 entrants today. So 147 people in total. And of course, we're excluding any deposits under $10 just to avoid any spam deposits. Come on, Grok. Everyone's waiting. You're thinking too much. 107 and 88. Here we go. 88 here. Boom. Look at that. Ah, you need to put in one more dollar, my friend. One more dollar. You could have got that $400 back. Anyway, 1,999. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. So number 88 got an extra $500 or cash bonus, man. That is nice. That is nice. Fantastic. Love it, man. So you got your $400 or $399 deposit or whatever, plus deposit bonus for your $2,000 deposit, plus, of course, the $500 on top of that. So fantastic. That number was 107. 107. Here we go. 107 right here. All right. Okay, man. Dude, you got it. You got it. Look at that. This dude put in $20. Congratulations. You got $500 coming your way, man. Of course, those will be available to claim in the reward center later on today. Check your user IDs here, guys. If that's you or not, pause the video, check, see if that's you or not. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, awesome. Congratulations to the winners. It'll be available for you guys later. So check it out in your reward center. It's all manual. We're literally doing this on a spreadsheet, and the guys will check this in a few hours and deposit it in your account. So anyway, okay. Come on, I'm going to log off like you, but I don't like this BitUnix. I love trading on BitUnix personally, but you don't have to love it. That's okay, man. Everyone's allowed to have their trading platform of preference. Guys, have you missed the latest generational wealth creation event? Well, I have just like to point out, I am marked safe as making generational wealth off of, as not making generational wealth off of the cards phenomenon. I didn't even look. Unsurprisingly, get the nerd glasses back on here. I used to play Magic the Gathering and all that kind of stuff growing up. Not Pokemon. This is really into Pokemon personally, but I did play Magic the Gathering quite a bit. Anyway, check this out. Cards. These guys are collecting Pokemon, apparently. Anyway, it's pretty crazy. This thing's gone up absolutely bonkers crazy in like 2 days, from being worth like, I don't know, a penny to 22 cents. So it's up 2,000% in a week or something like that. It's absolutely crazy. Anyway, this is absolutely nuts. And I know what you're thinking. How the heck did we miss the Pokemon meta? I have no idea. I loved Magic the Gathering. It was a good game. It was a good game. I actually went and bought some Magic cards like 5 or 6 years ago just to open a few packs for nostalgia purposes. I know. Put the nerd glasses back on, Lark. Big Dick Bull 69. Do not tell a single woman in your life that you are participating in the cryptocurrency Pokemon meta. It's true. It's true, guys. Guys, there's like no bigger turnoff. What do you do? Crypto. Oh, what are you doing in crypto? Pokemon. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh my God. Anyway, Mosey saying, even though I don't think Pokemon Meta will last long, if anything, it proves a bigger underlying trend in crypto. Most participants are tired of crime. Crime is boring. They want hallucinating. TAMs is what made crypto a powerful investment vehicle. Just look at the market cap of Bitcoins based on a very collective hallucination. The point of crypto is never to speculate on whether a bunch of insiders are crap a token. You'll always be at a disadvantage here due to information asymmetry. The point of crypto speculation is crypto to enable collective hallucinations. Yes. Yes. Dig it. Renaissance, volume starts to return. We'll see life come back to the trenches. Now is not the time to force trades. Think cards. Running like this has a huge boom effect to collective mentality. Market participants become apathetic and nihilistic for so long they forgot the coins could do this. Yes, it's nice to see a coin pump. It's good. We like coins pumping. Makes people happy. Great. Speaking of coins pumping, Trader Mercury posted this. ETH at the 4-hour 200 MAs. Again, last time was at $3,300, resulted in a 50% rally. Trend still intact, yet people trying to convince you to panic. Don't panic. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. What's on the cover? Don't panic, baby. Okay? Unprofitable behavior. Larky still bullish on Fartcoin. We shared a good Fartcoin chart the other day. I've considered actually buying a position. I don't have any currently. Of course, you guys can always find my portfolio disclosures down below, right here on YouTube. There is also, very importantly, risk disclosure there because investing in crypto is risky. You can lose all your money. Past performance is not equated to future returns. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. Okay, there you go. There's your risk disclosures for the day, guys. Yeah, I still like Fartcoin. I think it's probably, if you look at the mind share charts, Fartcoin remains very strong in the minds of people. It's living rent-free in all kinds of heads and portfolios. Okay. Anyway, ETH right here, currently chilling at the 20-day EMA, trying much like Bitcoin. The Bitcoin chart and the ETH chart feel very similar. They have had this kind of small attempt to move up out of this downtrend, currently sitting right around some key EMAs. Let's see. Keep an eye on this. As mentioned before, any moves back down to $4,000 are likely a buying opportunity for Ethereum. Okay. Solana still sitting in the big fat triangle here. I know I should probably draw my lines. Lark, it's not a triangle anymore. I'm sticking to my guns. Okay. Anyway, breakout here, retest back down here at the 205 level. Solana bulls need to keep it up here and above the 205 level, the top level of the triangle. The technical breakout target for this course is 255. Okay. Pengu, as mentioned, I threw a few bucks into a Pengu trade today. I've got a giant spot position on Pengu, big spot position on Solana and all that kind of stuff. Sure. Pengu, very interesting place right now because you can see this right down here has been pretty critical price support here on the Penguin coin. Okay. Now, not perfect because it goes all the way down here to 0.0275 cents. That was the sell-off back here on the 1st of September. So we're still in a downtrend. Okay. What's a downtrend mean? Very, very simple. We have lower highs, lower low, lower high, lower low. Dare I say a lower high potentially coming. But you want to see a trend break. You want to see it take out the key EMAs. So I'm running a relatively tight stop loss on this trade right here. My whole thesis is that we bounce from around this 0.29 level. But let's see. Let's see. Not the highest conviction trade in the world, let's say, but I'm throwing a little punt in on it regardless. Bonk remains in a downtrend, but also a very interesting spot right now too. Bonk, you can see sitting right here again on price support that acted as support on the 1st and 2nd of September, on the 29th of August, and on the 25th and 26th of August. And you go back further in time, 9th of July, go back even further in time, like way back in time. You can see again, 25th of October, 2024, 10th of October, 3rd of October. You can see in here, July, June, even back further, March. Very, very important price level here for Bonk. So loses that level and probably things get a bit dicey here for Bonk, okay? If it can maintain that level and bounce from here, then we might actually be getting close to a downtrend breakout. Let's see. Pudgy Penguins is a good trade now. IMO, have tight stop loss. Let's go, man. Pengu to the moon. We like the penguin coin, okay? Pump. I bought a crap ton of Pump this week. Pump to the moon. Let's go. Pump has risen above its ICO price, driven by the Pump fund's return as the top revenue generating protocol. Yes, yes, yes. 100% ongoing buyback program. Pump is literally pumping. Fantastic. Now, this is a very, very important level where it's at right now. And you want to see a daily close above this level. You can see this, the previous swing high right here. Okay. Close that above here, and we are looking at a major move potentially brewing here, maybe even back up to previous all-time highs. Yes. Very cheeky, uploading a new video while live streaming. This guy, I don't know. Check on that later. Anyway, very interesting. Very interesting charts right here on Pump. I feel like this is a 10x potential. That's my thought on it anyway. So let's see how it plays out. But I feel like this is something that's definitely got a lot of potential to run. Very, very strong buyback pressure coming in here. Okay. Okay. Now, that's the end of that part of the show. We got about 5 minutes here for questions before I have to run off to the dentist. So real quick, we're not having to do the red light hat today. I do it for 10 minutes, only about 5 minutes. So what is up with Rose? Man, I have not thought about, I sold my Rose position, bought back into it. I sold it last year after just disappointing underperformance. Then my buddy's like, dude, you got to look at this again. We'll go with AI, man. Let's go. I was like, screw it, buy position again. Bought a position again. Didn't really do anything again. Look, alternative blockchains are struggling. Okay. You can see there's clear winners. You can see where liquidity is flowing. You can see where hype is flowing. Okay. Will the markets finally stop wasting time after the Fed meeting? All the markets love to waste time. Okay. Even if the Fed comes out and says, we're going to just do all kinds of crazy stuff. Yeah. We'll get a temporary pump up and then bada bing, bada boom. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing ever goes up in a straight line. But when the Fed does start cutting rates, and there's a very high chance that happens in the Fed meeting in 2.5, 3 weeks, is it? Yeah. Bullish. Okay. Sui's been awfully quiet. Yeah, like we were saying yesterday, it's kind of gearing up on a big fat, kind of a messy, but you can see the coiling price action on the chart. When that thing breaks out again, it'll go bonkers crazy, as it always does. Sui would not be one that I would personally fade. I think that of the new emergent blockchains out there, that Sui is one that has really caught a lot of attention. Lark, why are you not holding World Liberty Fi? I'll just see how it plays out. It came out at an absurd, fully diluted valuation, to be honest, like crazy, $40 billion, whatever. And yes, it has come back down quite a bit. Don't know. We'll see. I think if it comes down enough, I might be tempted into a position. Okay. But right now, it's too new. I'm just going to wait and see how it plays out. Like, look at Pump, right? Pump, you might say, well, Lark, you end up kind of getting back in just below the ICO price. You could have got a better price. Yeah, but, I wanted to wait and see what the market did. Watch for it to brew up a little bit. Like, imagine how I rushed in on day one and bought, for 5 cents or half a cent. Then it drops down to 1/4 cent in the following weeks. It's kind of what happens to a lot of these new coins. A lot of big price volatility. I don't know when World Liberty Fi is going to have a bounce, but the FDV is still very, very high, in my opinion. World Liberty Fi and Cardano are the two biggest memes. The Aave Aptos. Yes, the team scheduled that one. That's why I was thinking, we have a long form video. Yeah, sometimes shorts go up at all kinds of random times. Yes, I saw that big announcement yesterday for Trillions coming on chain for Ondo. They're bringing a bunch of stocks and stuff on chain. Oh boy, man, Ondo Finance, absolutely huge news for it. Yeah, major RWA player. I've even thought, I should probably take some of my plume bag. It's just sitting there. I said, gosh darn, what the heck's going on with that? I don't even know anymore. Has definitely underperformed big time. Yeah. Maybe it's time to flip it into Ondo or something like that. It's so expensive though, comparatively. Anyway, any ideas about Zora? No, I don't know that much about Zora. We did do a report on it for the newsletter. Of course, newsletter is free. You guys can sign up for that down below. Yeah. Another base coin, man. People love base coins. I feel like you'd have like a 3 or 4 base coins and just get exposure to the whole ecosystem. I don't know if Zora would be one of my picks. I feel like Virtual's Brett and Arrow would probably be like the picks. You get your AI, your meme, and your sort of DEX stuff. And that's probably a pretty good level of exposure to the whole base ecosystem. David, dude, I know. The cycle's been crazy. It's just nonstop getting challenged, let's say. There are still 10x gains we made in large caps. 8 is a good example. That's the funny thing. I was thinking about Cardano yesterday, maybe. And I was thinking, the crazy thing is that Cardano at some point, doesn't matter that no one uses it. Doesn't matter nothing's built on it. Doesn't matter that, everyone aside from some retail speculators don't give a shit about Cardano. It'll pump. When the time comes, it'll pump because it's a known name, it's a known ticker. And, people are going to think that's going to, I don't know, solve hunger in Ethiopia or some crazy bullshit like that. And ADA will go up to $10 or something this cycle. Doesn't deserve to, but it probably will. Not Cardano advice, obviously. What makes ADA a meme? The fact that after 8 years, ADA still has almost zero adoption. I know what you're going to say, but like there's a few NFTs and like there's this one thing. Look at the stable coins on chain. Look at the fact that almost no one builds anything. I know a few devs build something, don't get me wrong, okay? But like compare Solana or Avalanche or Ethereum. Solana and Avalanche are both newer than Cardano. To Cardano, the metrics are truly shocking, okay? Major question. Beige, Book, and Waller say unemployment is going to suck on Friday. Isn't it going to cook the market completely because of stagflation and panic? Well, if unemployment is bad, then it makes rate cuts a near certainty. Looks like the current data means rate cut is a near certainty. So in that case, rate cuts coming. Now, stagflation, you need a stagnant economy for stagflation. Right now, the economy is absolutely cooking except for the employment numbers. So that makes the rates go down. Rates go down. People can hire people again. Businesses can expand. I'm sure the markets won't like it short term, but it means that rate cuts become even more likely. Okay. If you haven't already, join the newsletter. Norris, what's up, man? Nice to see you. Are you still bullish on the virtual protocol? I don't have any right now, but like I said, I think it's a great bet on the base ecosystem. What's your prediction for longer than usual cycle? Man, well, if the Russell 2000 is any indication, we have got at least a year to go for a top for stocks, maybe even 2 or 3. The average bull market in stocks lasts 5 years. We're only 2.5, almost 3 years through the current one. So you have another 2.5 years on it, just for an average, not for a good one, just for an average one. Q1 2026. Now, maybe there's going to be some crazy BS that happens that we're simply not accounting for. And I don't know, the bond market breaks or something, but I'm not sure it's going to be a multi-year bear market, even if that happens. If stocks recover, I don't see why crypto wouldn't recover right along with it. Think about it. Think about it. Why not? Why not? ADA has a use case. It makes die rolls. Die rolls are awesome. That alone justifies every penny of Cardano's valuation. Yes. ADA will pump after the stablecoin on chain. Yeah, that's crazy. Like USDC and USDT have not been on there for such a long time. Why don't you ever talk about Sui? We will talk about Sui tomorrow. Remind me. I got to go to the dentist right now. Just a short Q&A session today. We'll do a long one tomorrow, guys. You're awesome. I appreciate your time as always. I'll see you back in the next one. Peace.